Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another Old Bloke Builds Lego. And in today's episode, finally, he says finally, after talking about doing this for I think 2 years, I'm going to have a go at modifying, stroke extending the front of me Lego City. Basically, I'm looking at putting six 10x10 base plates across the front, that being equal to the width, which is 60 inches, 5 feet, so about 1.5 meters. And in that area, I want to do a few things. Now, first of all, I want to extend the waterway to a minimum of 8 studs coming out here. And then beyond that, a raised wall walking area with some steps down into a narrow park, a garden wall, and then a pavement, or as they say in North America, sidewalk out to the front, which will match in with the style of pavement that I use in my city. Right, so that's the basic idea. Now, a few problems of my own making. First of all, I got these 1x2 transparent blue bricks. Yeah, I've not been drinking, I promise you, blue bricks. Quite a while ago, some guy on eBay was selling them new for a reasonable price, I guess. And the intention was I was going to extend the harbour area at the back of one of the parts of the city so I could accommodate the Ninjago ship you can see over there. Well, that's not happened as yet, but what I've decided to do initially, at least, is to, as I say, I want to bring the front out because apart from anything else, it gets seen more than the back, being the front, not surprisingly. So I came up with a design idea, and to do that, I sort of this 3D sketch approach. So if I put this this thing into the picture, you'll perhaps see what we're talking about. So this isn't part of the actual build. It was just I went in the spares bin and explored ideas. So you can see the basic view of the waterway being extended out here, a raised platform area with steps coming down. I ran out of bricks, so this has not been completed. Over here, the plan is to have water coming under the bridge, as it were, and filling this area. And then here there will be a planted area, plants, flowers, whatever, going into a green park area with benches and trees spaced along. And then there'll be a couple of these gateways. This is just, I'm not saying this is a final idea, but a gateway into the area now with a low wall and then the pavement. Now, this isn't a standard, as you might have guessed, standard Lego base plate here. It's one I got it was included in a second-hand Lego kit. The guy threw them in as an extra, as it were. So, that, you know, they're not full depth, whereas I intend to use full depth. And if you look at a full depth one here, you can see there will be an additional 4 studs. So that's the idea, and I found the mock-up useful for planning. But the downside was, this was several weeks ago, and I ordered a box of spares from Lego, shipped from Poland, and well, there they were, and they turned up after 3 weeks. And then I decided in the interim that actually I wanted to make the thing a bit more elaborate, and I need some more parts, and they've turned up today, quite a few more bits. But in the intervening period of several weeks, me and Mrs. Old Bloke have been to the Caribbean for a couple of weeks, cruising around and drinking a lot, as you do, and I can't find any notes. I suspect it's because I didn't make any of the actual design, detailed design, so I'm working without a picture, much less a detailed plan. But I ordered the bits based on the plan I had in my head at the time, so hopefully I can sort of remember enough of it and bodge it, and as you do, and end up with something that looks reasonable. At least that's the hope, the plan. So without any more ado, let's start building. Okay, baseboards in position, and we started with the line of the extended canal, if you like, by putting down black plates, which when the blue translucent are on top will match in with the existing watercolour. Incidentally, the blue base plates are in there only because of what I had available. There's no significance to the change of colour other than that. Right, moving on. And that's the waterway extended. Yep, definitely better. And this is the completed modification. Starting from this top end, I've extended these red railings and raised wall around the side of the set and across the back there, because I don't really like the idea of the water just dropping off the edge. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're talking Lego here, and I think it's fair to say every city, street, model, whatever, you know, has a sort of a drop-off edge of some description usually. But I just thought it'd be quite nice to suggest that within the Ninjago world, this is like a lake rather than just, you know, going out to the sea. I mean, admittedly, if you were to look over the back, it's, you know, it's a drop-off point, but that's okay because you can't see it from the front. Coming around to the front, we've got the pavement here, which will hopefully match in, shallow though it is compared to the rest of my city. It's a common theme of the dark grey pavement with the white lampposts. Beyond that, again, of course, the waterway we saw earlier with the raised platform, which matches in with the rest of the city in light grey. The red railings with blue topping, curving round and some steps down. And then we've got the front wall with flower beds front and back, and little trees, bushes, what have you. The idea I've been trying to address here is that being Ninjago, it's very colourful, so I make no apologies for the red and blue squares, which I have to say are giving me a sort of a 3D psychedelic vibe if I stare at them too long. However, it's Ninjago, so it's colourful, yeah? Moving down the street, more planters. I've moved characters out of the city because these four sets do have quite a large number of minifigures, so I've moved some of them onto the pavement and into the, I guess, park area to add a bit more interest, though I think it would benefit from probably a few more minifigures being put in here. The white lampposts, again, are standard to my city, as I said before. There's a tree, and down this side, again, I've extended the railings with a raised wall to contain the water, supposedly. And talking of water, those areas there behind the flower beds where the water flows under the pavement, well, you know, with a bit of imagination, it's flowing under the pavement. And we repeat that. The attempt to be some form of symmetry, obviously, with the larger flower beds in the centre, and then we peel off to these either side of the staircase down, or steps. Yep. I think I would like to have added, but I couldn't find any online, certainly not on the Lego site, was some of the carp and goldfish tiles, you know, this sort of thing. You can see them in there. That would have been nice, but I couldn't find any. Maybe it's a future update to make it a bit more interesting. And talking of the water, I've kept the main canalway clear of weeds or whatever plant life, which the original models have at the edges. You can see it's green under the translucent blue, but I have put that green weed effect into these little ponds. The idea being they might get clogged up, and yeah, so I think it works there, but we'll keep the main canalway with just black underneath, so the idea being that's nice and dredged and clear, if you like. Okay, stand him up, he's falling over. Stand up, come on, stand up, you little... Yeah, the harder you try. Yeah, he really doesn't want to know, does he? I'm thinking about it too much. You do wonder, don't you, with the Lego minifigures? It's like they've got a mind of their own. Let's just put his hand back like he's walking along. There we go. Okay, that's it then. So, if you've been watching, as always, thank you very much. And any comments, good, bad, indifferent, but not offensive, please, just leave them down below. Thanks again. Bye for now. And a quick PS, if you watched the video I did a few months ago on this modification I made of the Lego Castle B&B set, where I put two sets together to form a complete building rather than a play set, you might be interested or not to know, I have made some more mods, a couple of windows in the side, which I think one of the comments suggested, to make it a bit more interesting on that wall. And also I built this sort of little outhouse conservatory. I don't know what it is really, but it seems to work on the side. That's just a quick update if you saw that video, and you may or may not be interested to see the follow-up. Okay, thank you again. Bye for now.